Until they're officially eliminated from the playoffs, I'm not giving up on the Las Vegas Raiders, but their playoff chances are slim and none, with Slim on the way out the door. A trade can't save them, so they didn't make any at the deadline. The new regime is staying with the core of this team as is. No matter what the Raiders do now, I realize this is a rebuild, a system rebuild. The new regime needs players that fit their very complex systems on both sides of the ball. On defense, they still need a few pieces, talent-wise and fit-wise, but on offense, players need to pick up the system. Quarterback Derek Carr, receiver Davante Adams, slot receiver Hunter Renfrow, and tight end Darren Waller are all worse this year because they aren't comfortable in it yet. I thought it would take 5 to 6 weeks, but they're not there yet. The Erhardt-Perkins system is an offensive system based on route concepts in the passing game where at least one of the receivers in the concept will be open. So there are no dummy routes, and you have to run each route exactly the way it's drawn up. You have no freedom to do your thing or freestyle in any way. That's why Chad Johnson, a great route runner in his day, didn't stick with the New England Patriots when McDaniels was their offensive coordinator. If you don't run your route exactly the way you're supposed to, you can collide with one of your teammates like Adams and Renfrow when they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. The route running is probably why Renfrow isn't doing well so far this year too. He struggled with John Gruden at first because Gruden wanted him to run his routes a certain way. But then he allowed Renfrow to do it his way and he flourished. That's not happening right now. We don't see any of the China routes or any of the crazy routes he used to run. Adams is still on pace for 1,000 yards, but he isn't operating the way he's used to either. And of course, Waller, when he does play, isn't effective as he's been in the past. Let's go back to the quarterback here because he's the most polarizing player on the team and he's been that his whole career. There are those that want him gone because they blame him for all the losing the Raiders have done over the span of his career. They really want him gone now because he's not having a great year. Those people were quiet as a church mouse when he led the Raiders to the playoffs with an interim head coach, but I digress. Carr is at his best when he can go to the line of scrimmage and check into the right play for a given defense. That's how he won games in the clutch like opening day of 2021 against the Baltimore Ravens. Carr is at his worst when he thinks too much, and that's what he's doing now. He threw 3 interceptions in a game only 3 times in his whole career, in 2014, 2018, and 2022. Do you know what the common denominator is? He had a new system and a new head coach. Anyone that says that's an excuse doesn't know the game like that and has never picked up a playbook of a pro-style offense. Carr does well when he knows the offense like the back of his hand. The offense will get better with time on task, and they're not bad now, but the defense needs help. The run defense is okay, but the Raiders are no good against the pass. It all starts up front with the edge rusher Maxx Crosby being the only one that can rush the passer. Fellow edge rusher Chandler Jones has been a colossal disappointment along with interior defensive lineman Bilal Nichols. Coverage is a problem because defensive coordinator Patrick Graham doesn't have all the tools he needs. Graham really likes to play man coverage but will play zone a lot when it's not working out. He has some corners that can play man but aren't that good in zone. Then he has linebackers and safeties that can play zone but are horrible in man coverage. The Raiders have yet to give up a 100-yard game to a receiver. So opposing defenses have killed the Raiders throwing to running backs and tight ends. I hope that can improve immediately with linebacker Jayon Brown getting healthy and safety Trevon Meyer getting back to how he was last year. Otherwise, we'll wait until next year to get guys that can cover opposing running backs and tight ends. The Raiders need pass rushing help regardless though. Heavy did an interview with Waller today, and this is what he had to say about the complexities of the offense. It says, yeah, it's definitely challenging, Waller said of McDaniels' offensive complexity in an interview with Heavy Sports. Has taken time for a lot of people and will continue to take time. You really see guys flourish in like the 3rd year of an offense, but now you're starting to see people really turn the corner because there's so many little nuances, little small adjustments and reactions that you need to have, whatever the defense does. It's hard when you can't do all those things perfectly and then right all the time. It takes time to really get those habits and the vernacular and things that go into your system. So it's going to continue to take time. Guys are going to continue to grow and get better at it. And that's only going to turn into a better offensive product on the field. There you have it from one of the horse's mouths, Waller. Now, I can't tell you how long it's going to take everybody to get it, but I know once everybody gets it, the offense is going to explode. After last Sunday's embarrassing loss, some are calling for Carr's head, and the ones that aren't are calling for McDaniels' head. I'll pray for them because neither is going to happen anytime soon. Both McDaniels and owner Mark Davis knew it could take time to get everyone on the same page with the complex systems that are now in place. A couple more pieces, particularly on defense, are also needed. But as many times as the Raiders have rebuilt lately, they couldn't fix their mouths to say it was a rebuild, but that's what it is, a system rebuild. So let's just keep watching and see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.